ずらが。
The time is nearly upon us. Presidia is on the horizon, and the Federation is cornered like a rat in Cascadia. This is their final beast, and they are desperately trying to keep it fed.
The Independence Force is preparing for one last naval engagement before the siege of Presidia begins. For months, ever since the lockdown on aerial cargo and commerce, the Federation military in the region has used Presidian ports to assist its supply train. This only increased when Prospero was lost and the geothermal fractures were reignited. Our fleet, along with Eminent Domain, has tried its best to plug all the holes in our own blockade. However, the Federation has brute forced their way into having a line. The naval convoy is the Federation's only lifeline left. Once it is severed, we can choke out the considerable defenses of Presidia. However, there is also another objective to this. In Presidia's main naval harbor is the Federation's first naval battle group. Its concentration within the harbor currently represents the strongest component of Presidia's defenses. Ever since the war started, they have not moved from their position in order to reinforce the city. We intend to change that. By taking out these vital convoys, we anticipate that this fleet will have to respond in order to keep Presidia from being trapped. Independence Force naval elements not already predisposed are being rerouted to just outside of Presidian waters to throw themselves upon the naval blockade. Its destruction, the immediate replacement with our own blockade, and then the removal of the Federation's own naval force is paramount in winning this war. Support our naval forces in sinking the Federation Navy. Victory here means we save a lot of lives when the final push comes.
はい、皆さん、はじめましての方ははじめまして。前回や他の動画から来てくださった方ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいってことで、ゴーストです。プロジェクトウィングマン続きやっていきたいと思います。あ、間違えた。丸ボタンじゃない。決定。なんやかんや言うて久々のプロジェクトウィングマンですからね。何しよっかな。アカウントが足りません。あ、俺、この前戦闘機買ったんか。こいつ。でもこいつ買ったっぽいな。フランカーとか買えないな。まあ。ラフターで行こう。OK。ってことで、行こうか。あ、空母だ。今戦闘機発進した？めっちゃ撃たれてますよ。アウトじゃん。久々すぎて操作覚えてないけど。あ、なるほどね。あ、3度ミサイルあった。今一瞬温度のせいでマジで俺もミサイル使えないと思った。これは落とせるな。OK。最初ミッション行きまーす。 カーゴ。全カーゴっていうか全域撃破と思ったらまた湧いた。何機だっけな。姉妹か。あ、戦闘機。やべ、ミサイルアラート鳴りやまなくなったいつも通り。当たるかな。当たった。撃破。ガンポットマジ強いよ。クソ。あいつを狙いたい。当たるかな。当たった後ろか。危ないやべえぜ。よし。あ、ノーマル的だ。ナイス。オッケー。あぶんの。外行動を。OK。耐えた。お前なんだ。ああ、ラフターか。オッケー。ヘッドオン食らうかな。お録音してなくてもやれた。当たるかな。当たった。撃破。1400発。食おうか。 空母沈んでいるか。めっちゃ湧いた。地上っていうか海上な。やばくねえかこれ。よこれ以上やばいミッションいったか。うわやっべ危なっ死にかけた。うわあいついるわ。オッケー。レールガン積んできるからな。レールガン来たー。バトルロボートただのいじめ。ダメか。これミサイルでいいか。一発大変ね。オッケー。よいしょ。当たってないか。ちっちゃい目標ちっちゃい。味方空母どこだ。もう守るべき対象消えた。待ってなんかでかいぞ。なんだあいつ。でかくねマジで。何この軍用艦。撃破。バトルロボットね。やばいな絵面が。空母かあの雰囲気。オッケー、撃破。空母か。違うわ。やべえやつだった。あれあ、このボタンでいいんだ。ラプターと思ってたけど、ラプターじゃないかな。試作機かラプターの。あ、全然ラジオ読めねえ。
The noose is beginning to tighten, and the Federation will need some time, if they are at all able, to rally forces in order to break our blockade. It is in this time that we will reclaim Presidia. With our reinforcements having arrived, and with you at the helm, Hitman, victory is assured.
Hitman, Galaxy. Glad to see you're still kicking. This last month abroad has been really interesting. Long story short, a good part of the world is knowing where the wind is blowing. And I've got myself an army no one has ever seen before. Mercenaries, freedom fighters, maybe a secret proxy squadron or two from anti-Federation powers. But hey, we're all in it together now. Refit and reload. We'll get back to it soon enough.
We're gonna let the blockade stew for as long as we can as invasion preparations are set. But we've gotta move fast on the capital, or they'll be too entrenched. Hitman team, stand by. May the Dust Mother see us through.
ダストマザーのご加護を祈られたところで、今回はここまでかな。だいたい1ミッションだから、1ミッションごとに区切っていこうかな。ということで、今回はここまでです。ご視聴ありがとうございました。おつっぽん。
I brought everyone I could find. Every freedom fighter, every war junkie, every soldier of fortune. Throughout the world, Cascadia has become a beacon of rebellion against the Federation. And for that, I have gathered an army. They're no Sicario, but it's the best we've got. And the rebels will take everything they can. At first, when taking this job, I thought it was only business. That I could find my glory here. But after all they've done, what they did to us, to Sicario, only blood will pay for this contract now.
We intended to keep the blockade going for at least a month to drain the Federation defenders, but circumstances have forced our hand. We are moving on Presidia today.
Listen up. This is it.
With the supply lines cut and the blockade holding against any reinforcements, Presidia is the final Federation stronghold in Cascadia. Once it falls, Cascadia will be liberated. The city has been deeply entrenched against both land and air attacks. The firepower which exists there now is the sum of any units that have survived this long into the war. With no way out, their only chance at survival is to fight. We intend to meet them and then end them outright. The operation to take back Presidia will be separated into 4 cardinal parts: land, air, sea, and endgame. All combat operational ground forces will be pushing into Presidia from inland, surrounding the enemy forces. From there, they will start dismantling the resistance and taking control of the city. At sea, the eminent domain will be moving in toward the shore to provide gunnery support and wipe out the remaining naval defenders. Overhead, the last of the Federation air power and country will be out trying to inflict as much damage on the IF as possible. Once these factors are accounted for and our forces are in position, the final phase will commence. We will start moving into the city toward the port to wipe out the Federation from Cascadia once and for all. Hitman team, you are among our most veteran elements among the Independence Force. You will be our spearhead. It is by your attacks that the offensive will conduct itself. Choose which element of the battle you want to take on and in what order. We're still trying to gather last-minute reinforcements ourselves, and scavenging what the Federation has left behind, but without your support, it will not be enough. We don't know how this battle will be won, but it ends in the complete and utter devastation of either us or them. Cascadia is our home, and Presidia is its heart. The flag that flies over it at the end will decide all of our fates.
笑ってる。あー、視界が
Took you so far to keep you close. I was afraid of